Sadashivasamarambham Shankaraachaarya madhyamam Asmadacharya paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryankaravavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. त्रैलोक्यनाथ हरिमीड्यमुदार सत्वं शक्तेस्तनूजतनयं परमेष्ठिकल्पं जीमूतमुक्तविमलाम्बरचारुवर्णं वासिष्ठमुग्रतपसं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम्. We were looking at the cause and effect, how cause and effect are described by different darshanas, and we were trying to point out how the other darshanas, their views are not tenable, not proper. Now, one of the arguments which the student or the Purva Pakshi gave here, you see that Vikritihi yadi nasti pritag prakritehe na ghateta bhida api abhida prabritehe, he says in verse 139. I think we came up to 140 in the previous class. So here Vikritihi means the modification or effect. Prakritihi is the cause. Okay. So if Prakriti and Vikriti are not separate, then how do we explain that there are different names, correct? Name, form and function is there. So the student is making an inference that the effect is separate from the cause, because the reason for that is there is a different name, form, function. That's what is said here. But the teacher, our Acharya says, iti dihi viphala, he says. This is a useless argument you are making. It's not proper, because you are making an inference, but the inference goes against perception. No inference can go against perception. Perception is always more powerful than inference. So what we see is the effect doesn't have a separate existence from the cause. The cause alone exists. The best you can say is it has dependent existence and all that. That really means that it is unreal, correct? It doesn't have an existence of its own that we see, because when you say there is a pot, actually there is clay alone. When you say there is a jewelry separately, can you go and pawn the jewelry alone? You cannot. The gold alone matters, correct? You go to the bank or you go to sell your jewelry. The name and form does not matter. What matters is the substance. Gold alone is really there. If you touch the jewelry also, you are touching the gold. If you weigh it, it is really the weight of the gold. There is no separate weight for the name and form to be consider it as a separate existent entity. Understand that what we are objecting to here is, it's not that it doesn't, we do not claim that it does not have a different name, form, etc. We accept that. But what we are saying is the name and form, etc., cannot be counted as a separate entity other than the cause. The material cause alone is the substance that alone really exists, and that is proven by perception itself. You cannot go against your perception and make an inference. That inference is useless. It is only confusing. Okay, so this was said clearly. And now he gave an analogy also for that. This is the famous analogy which our Pujya Swamiji also uses a lot. So I'm so happy to see that Totakaacharya has used that, and the same thing Swamiji used to use in a slightly, or he used to give names and all that to the actor and the character, correct? So he used to say B is A, but A is not B. So B is the beggar, A is the actor. So the actor is really a millionaire. And there is no beggar character without the actor being there, correct? Actor alone is really there. But there is a name for the beggar. The beggar's form is different from the actor's form. So name, form and all can be different. But you cannot say that the beggar is there really, correct? There is no beggar. The actor alone is there. So A is not beggar. Actor is not beggar. Actor is really a millionaire. By acting as a beggar only, that fellow has become a millionaire, you can say. So actor is not beggar, but beggar is the actor. The beggar character cannot exist without the actor being there. This is what he is pointing out. Nanu rupam atho api karyam atho abhidha api natasya. Natasya means the actor, the one who takes part in the nataka. Correct? Nata. Prithak vidita. So na prithak to upaiti nataha kimiti prativacyam avashyam idam kushalaihi. So those who are considered as intellectuals and all that, they have to now tell tell us, okay, what is this separateness you are talking about? Is the beggar separate from the actor? Can you establish that there is a separate beggar or anything like that other than the actor? You cannot. Correct? So he beautifully points out this analogy to drive home the point that the cause alone exists, the effect, which is name and form and function, etc., are all only mithya. So now he takes up different views about cause and effect and tries to show how untenable the positions are. So broadly speaking, we have three types of views are there. Okay, one is called Asat Karyavada, which is the view of the Nayayika or Nyaya Vaisheshika people are the ones who propose this Asat Karyavada, where they say that the Karya was not there and it is newly produced. It's a new entity. Understand that. It's a totally separate entity other than the cause for them, which is produced by the action of different causes. They also accept different causes. There are common causes and then uncommon causes, and there is a then they also have samavayi karanam, asamavayi karanam, like that also they categorize. Samavayi karanam is the material cause which inheres, or the effect inheres in the material cause according to them through a relationship called samavaya. Samavaya also is real for them. They categorize as a padartha. If you read Nyaya Shastra, in the beginning only they list out different padarthas, okay, or different categories of the meanings of words, you can say. So how did they arrive at it? We don't know. They just start from there. So that's why it is all starting. The starting premise itself is never established. Understand that. Then they keep on building castle and castle on top of that. That is the thing. Anyway, so here we do not accept the Asat Karyavada. Then the Sankhya people are there. They are called Satkaryavadin, because they say that the effect already exists in the cause potentially, but it is unmanifest. But that means it exists attributeless, and when the effect manifests, it becomes endowed with attributes, correctly, with gunas, with qualities. It existed qualityless in the cause, and then it became manifest and it started having qualities for which we give the name and form. But for them also, the effect is a different entity from the cause. Understand this. This is where we do not accept the Sankhya Satkaryavada. In one way, Advaitins also are Satkaryavadis, because we also argue that the effect potentially exists in the cause. What you really call as creation is only a manifestation, and what people call as destruction is nothing but going back to an unmanifest state. But this manifest state and unmanifest state is not real for us. Understand that. It's only mithya. It's all only maya. Understand that. But the Sankhya differs there from us. That's why we criticize the Sankhya Satkaryavada also here. The Sankhya says that the cause is always different from the effect, and effect exists really. It may exist potentially, it may exist in a manifest form and all that, but cause and effect are two different entities existing for the Sankhya also. They are Dvaitins, understand that. And the Yoga Darshana also is largely Sankhya with Ishvara. That's why yoga also because in the yoga darshana also there are many purushas and the prakriti is real for them. And prakriti is called parinami upadana karana, means prakriti really, the cause really becomes the effect by a certain modification, they say. Okay. The modification can be complete, like milk becoming curd. Once the milk becomes curd, it is completely modified, correct? You cannot go back to milk from curd unless you find some chemical process and all that. I don't know whether it is there today or which can even be done. But what I am saying is, in general, once the milk becomes curd, completely the milk has become, correct? It has totally modified. You cannot go back. Then there is partial modification, they say, like the clay becoming the pot, means there is some partial modification, correct? Or even gold becoming a jewelry, they say there is a partial modification is there, in the sense that it was manifest as some other effect, now it is manifest as this effect, although the gold as a substance has not modified, correct? It is still the same. That's why you are able to go and sell the gold. If the gold itself has become something else as a substance, you cannot go and sell your gold jewelry for the same rate, correct? Or sometimes we get lot more money, correct? I bought a gold jewelry 10 years back. Today its value is much more. So anyway, the point is, they say that there is either a partial or complete parinama, means modification of the cause, which creates the effect. And effect is also an entity separate from the cause. That also we do not accept. And there are Jains are there. They say that Sad and Asat together are there. In fact, they have something called Syadvada. Means they say that you cannot know anything for sure. It can exist, it need not exist, it can be existing and non-existing at the same time. Like this, they give syad, like this, different possibilities. Okay, and say that that means there cannot be any knowledge. So the Advaitin simply says that we apply syad vada to syad vada itself and say that it's not it's not proper. Okay, it's, if you cannot arrive at anything, you cannot arrive at the conclusively at anything, then there is no jnana possible, correct? Then why are we even talking about anything? At least you have to say I exist, correct? My own existence I cannot negate. So you cannot, this yadvada and all we cannot really accept. But that is also there. Then there is a Buddhist vada also is there, I told you, correct? They say karna itself does not exist, only shunya. So they don't accept any, they say karna is destroyed when the karya comes. And it is all anyway only Kshanika Vijnana and all that. There is a Kshanika Vijnanavadi is there, Madhyamika is there. They all have some slight differences, I think. But at the end of the day, they are Asat Karanavadi. They don't accept the Karana itself. Like this, different views are there. The Mimamsakas and the Charvakas also have certain views. Anyway, we don't have to, all of that falls with any of one of these things only. Understand that. But all of them are Dvaitins. Understand that. For them, the effect and the cause are two realities. So now Acharya is taking up all their arguments. Okay, I have summarized. Now let us see how these arguments are shown to be untenable and what is our Siddhanta. So, asato na kathanchana janma bhavet tadasatvata eva khapushpamiva na satosti bhavah purutopi bhavad yata atmavadeva sadishtamiti. So in this verse, Acharya is pointing, first he is taking on the Asat Karyavada. He says, Asataha na katanchana janma bhavet. Whatever is non-existent can never be born. Okay. Why? Because it is Asat, it is non-existent. Like even a sky flower and all he is giving. Vandya Putra and all that. Whatever is Asat, Atyanta Asat, can never come into being. It's very clear. Okay. Now you say, no, like the first line is our Vaisheshika Mata, correct? Second line is Sankhya. Now, if we say no, it is existing. The Karya exists. Even if the Karya exists, there cannot be any creation of it. If it is already existing, you cannot create it. It is always there. So he says, Na sataha asti bhavaha. So even if you say it is already there, then bhavaha means it has come into being newly, you cannot say, correct? It is created and all that, you cannot say. Why? Because purataha api bhavat, because it was already there. The effect was already there even before its origination or creation, means it is there. You cannot then say it has been created and all that. How? Like even yataha, because atma vadeva, he says, because like even the atma, which is always there, atma has to be there, otherwise nobody is there to even cognize it, correct? You have to accept the existence of the perceiver prior to perceiving any creation or anything of anything. Okay. So atma vadeva sad ishtam iti. So like even the atma is already existing, the knower already exists. Like that, even the effect also is already there. So you cannot say it is born. The Atma is not newly born to perceive some creation and all that. So like that, both views are opposed here. If you say it is not existent before, means it cannot come into existence. If you say it is already existent, then also it cannot come into existence newly. Both views are untenable. Asat Karyavada also is gone. Sat Karyavada also is gone. Now he takes up, he says, now the Sankhya is closer to us, correct? So the Sankhya Mata he takes. So Sankhya now objects. How can you say that what we say is not correct? So now he puts their view. So Kapila Sura Pancha Shikhadi Matam Parigrihya Vaded Yedi Kaschididam Nakadachana Janma Vadami Sataha Pravadami tu Yachrinu Tattvamapi. So now those who are accepting Parigrihya means they have accepted, they are taking up the view of Kapila, Asura and Panchashikha. Now these three acharyas, again through two interpretations are there. All of them proposed only Sankhya. They taught Sankhya Darshana like this. There is a reference in the Mahabharata also. Okay. Or our commentator here says that Kapila is Sankhya, Asura is Charvaka, and Panchashikha can be taken as a teacher of Mimamsa. So you can, I think all of them, the Charvaka, Mimamsaka and the Sankhya, they all accept Satkaryavada then, we have to say. Okay. So Kapilasura Panchashikhadi Matam Parigrihya, accepting the Mata or the opinions of these three. If you say Vaded Yedi Vaded, if you say what Kaschididam, anything that is there here, Na Kadachana Janma Vadami Sataha. So we don't say that whatever is already there is newly born and all that. Okay, we never say that it has been totally newly created. That is their view, correct? So Pravadami tu Yachrinu Tattvampi. So I am now telling you the Tattva, our Siddhanta. Okay, what is the reality? What we really say in Satkaryavada, we will explain it to you now. Please listen, be patient. Don't dismiss us even before understanding what we are saying. So that's what. So the 142 is about the Satkaryavadi coming back and telling the Advaitin, don't be so dismissive. First listen to us. Okay, tell. Okay. So what is their Siddhanta? That is now given in 143. We'll see that. Prakritau avishishtaya yadabhut adhuna tu tadeva visheshayutam niravadhyamidam pratibhati mama pravadatra virodhamavaishiyadi. So Prakritau here means in the cause. Okay, Prakriti is the cause. We have been using that word for the cause. Prakrito avishishtataya. Avishishtataya means what? There is no visheshana. There are no attributes or qualities. So it is there potentially without any attributes or qualities. Yadabhut, whatever is there in the cause, the effect only he is talking about, the effect which is there in the cause without any attributes or qualities. Okay, that is called avishishtataya. Then what? Aduna, now. Aduna tu, whereas now, tadeva visheshayutam, that same effect is having the qualities and attributes because of which it appears manifest. Correct? It is manifest. We are able to perceive it. whatever effect we were not able to perceive, which was there in a potential form without any attributes and qualities, is now available for perception with qualities and attributes. Okay. So what is wrong in this? Niravadyam, he says, this is faultless. Okay, this theory is faultless. Niravadyam idam pratibhati mama. It appears to me that this theory cannot be disputed or contradicted or anything. There are no contradictions in this. This theory is faultless. Okay. Mama pratibhati mama. Pravada atra. Now tell me here. Pravada virodham avaishyati. Now if there is any contradiction, if you see any contradiction in this, now tell me. Like this, the Sankhya person is asking the Advaitin. So now what does the Advaitin do? Advaitin is very cleverly, he points out that the Sankhya view is untenable. Either the Sankhya also is like Vaisheshika only. He will say that finally. Let us see. So now the Advaitin is asking him, Sadayujyatayena gunena pura prakritau sa ihasti na veti vada yadi vidyatayeva pura prakritau adhunapi vishesha yutatvam asat. So now he simply asks, you said that effect was there without gunas, correct? Without any visheshana, avishishtataya. Then that visheshana has come now newly. Now you are a Satkaryavadi. You tell me what about those gunas, that visheshana you are talking about, correct? Attributes or qualities which were not there, and that is the potential state you are saying. Now those gunas have appeared. That is the manifest state for you. In fact, according to them, that in the process the cause also has changed. It's parinami, correct? There is either a partial or total modification of the material cause according to them. So if you say that, then tell me, where was this guna? Was the guna already there, existent? So sad ayujyata yena gunena pura prakrita. Okay, prakriti is there. Okay, the cause is there, you said. Ayujyata means what? Without being connected with the gunas. With whatever gunas it is now having, those gunas were not there in the cause, you said before. Now those gunas, are they existent or not already? You tell me that. Have they come into existence newly now, or these gunas were already there in the cause? I want to know. Okay. Now if they say those gunas were already there in the cause, then what? Then what? Their own Siddhanta is gone, correct? They only said that it was there without gunas in the cause, and now the manifestation is that the gunas have come. So yadi vidyata eva. Now if you say no, we are Satkaryavadi, therefore I am saying that the gunas also were already there in the cause. If you say that, so yadi vidyata eva pura prakritau, in the cause previously only these gunas were already there, if you say adhuna api vishesha yutatvam asat, then now also it is there with that only. Therefore, what is it you are talking about as creation and all that? Correct? If the same gunas were already there, you cannot say that they have now come newly. That is not true. Then that is asat, correct? Ayuktam. Asat here means basically it is untenable. You cannot then claim that because of these gunas alone, now it is perceivable and all that, it has become manifest if it was already there. Okay. So now you say, no, it was not already there. Those gunas were not there. That's why it was unmanifest. Now the gunas have come. If you say that, now what happens? That is the next verse. So he says, now next what? Yadi nasti pura sa gunah prakritau asadudbhavanam bhavato bhimatam jananena cha sattvam upattavataha janimatvatayeva vinishtirapi. So now if you say, no, those gunas were not there already. Okay. Then what? You are no different from Nyaya Vaisheshika. You are also Asatkaryavadi. Why? Because they have now come newly. They have been created. they were not there, they got created now. Okay, yadi nasti pura, if they were not there, sa gunaha prakritau, in the prakriti, this guna was not there before, let us say, whatever that guna, then asat udbhavanam bhavataha abhimatam. Your theory also is that the whatever was non-existent, that guna got created newly. And if something non-existent gets created, it will also be destroyed, correct? The very fact that it has been created means it has to be destroyed. Whatever is created in time will be destroyed in time. So jananena cha sattvam upattavataha. So by the fact that it is born, correct? Janimatvataha eva vinashtihi api. It will be destroyed also. So now you are also accepting, like the Nayayika and Vaisheshika, that there is creation of non-existent effect. And then you also have to accept, when you accept creation of non-existent effect, you also have to accept the destruction of the existent effect, correct? That's why the Nyaya Vaisheshika people talk about a pragabhava and pradvamsa abhava, correct? Pragabhava means the prior non-existence of the effect before it was created. Pradvamsa abhava means what? The post non-existence of the effect after it is destroyed, after the pradvamsa, dvamsa. So you are also now no different. You are in the same camp. Don't claim that you are Satkaryavadi anymore. You are in the same camp as our Nyaya Vaisheshika friends. Okay. So he has now shown either way you have no answer, correct? Your view is untenable. So now he is pointing out, he is openly saying, see, let us see the next verse, very interesting. भवतोऽभिमतं परिहर्तुमिदं न कथञ्चन शक्यत इत्यमुतः कनभक्षमतेन समत्वमिदं भवतोऽभिमतं क्षणकैरगमत्. So he says bhavataha abhimatam, whatever is your theory, correct? Whatever you are proposing, parihartum idam na kathanchana shakyata. You cannot give any satisfactory answer to my question. If you hold on to this view, you cannot give any satisfactory parihara. You cannot give proper answer. Okay, na kathanchana shakyata. You are in any way you cannot give me a proper answer. Whatever contradictions I have pointed out, you will not be able to resolve it. Okay, you cannot reconcile that. Parihara is not there. Therefore, what? Kanabhaksha matena. Kanabhaksha is the name of the rishi who gave the Vaisheshika darshana. Okay, why is he is also called as Kanada. Kanada and Kanabhaksha are same thing. Means either it means that he ate very little. Ada or bhaksha means one who eats, the eater, correct? The one who eats little bit. Kana means very little. Or it can be taken as because he only proposed the atomic theory of, he is the original atomic theorist. Understand that? Because he talked about Anu and Paramanu. And even in Paramanu, there is a Paramanu, Dvenuk, Trenuk and all they talked about. So he is the original atomic theorist. And so that may also, the Kana can be taken as atoms. And one who bhaksha means basically one who eats or one who consumes or whatever, one who accepts the atoms. So one who gave the atomic theory also we can say. So the Kanada or Kanabhaksha matena samatvam idam bhavataha abhimatam. So your view is no different from the Kanada's view. Right? It is the same as that. You are also asatkaryavadi. Okay, Shanakaihi agamat. So those who are intelligent, wise, they know that your view also is no different from this Kanada. Correct? So we cannot accept that. Then what? Further. Asato bhavanam nashanam cha sataha kanabhoji matam viditam kavibhihi upapatti viruddhataya subhrusham tadabhani mayapi viruddhataya. So now he is saying that whatever, whether Sankhya or whoever it is, they all finally end up as only saying that whatever was not there, correct, gets created newly. So asataha bhavanam, they are all talking about asataha bhavanam. But what did our Lord Krishna teach? Nasato vidyate bhavaha, na bhavo vidyate sataha. So you have to be very clear. The Veda and Krishna, nobody accepts that something which is not there can come into being, and whatever is being, whatever is there can never become non-existent. That is our Siddhanta. Is it clear? The Advaita Siddhanta is very clear. Nasato vidyate bhavaha, na bhavo vidyate sataha. But you people are saying asataha bhavanam. How can the non-existent come into existence? And then you say it is destroyed also. Whatever is there, sat has become asat. So they are saying both, correct? They are saying asat is becoming sat and sat has become asat, because whatever is created has to be destroyed. They also say that, they accept that. Okay. So asataha bhavanam nashanam cha sataha. So sataha nashanam asataha bhavanam. This is their theory. Kanabhoji matam, that is the view of Kanada. Viditam kavibihi. So whatever this Kanabhoji matam has been known by Kavi here is wise people. Okay, what it is? Upapatti viruddhataya. They have understood as these views are going against logic, because the question I put only you are not able to answer. It is against logic, not only against logic, it is also against Shruti. That also he will say. So, and the same thing I have also said that. Okay, I have also said already. Our Acharya started, I think, saying that this is not acceptable to us. Already it was said, I think in 125 or somewhere in the previously. This has been explained. So the same thing only I am saying. We cannot accept the views of the Asat Karyavadi. It is Viruddha, it is contradictory, it is Upavatti Viruddha. And I have also said the same thing. I have opposed it, I have negated it, I say that it is contradictory. And not only me and others. What Bhagavan also has said the same thing. Now he is saying the next what? Pratishiddhamidam kanabhojimatam harinapi samasta guror guruna vachanena tuna sata ityamuna bhruvatatu prithatanaya hitam. So Harina, by Hari, Bhagavan Krishna. Okay, Krishna is looked upon as Bhagavan Hari only. That's how Vyasa presents. So here, Pratishiddhamidam, this has been negated by Lord Krishna, Harina, when he taught, when he told what Pritha Tanayaya Hitam Bruvata, while saying, while teaching the good. Good means what? The ultimately good. Shreyas we say, correct? That is Hitam. Only the Moksha Shastra alone is the ultimately good thing you can do to anybody. Teaching this Moksha Shastra, everything else is only Anityam. This is the only Nitya Vastu, which is the only teaching which can give you the limitless and whatever is there, eternal, Nitya. So he taught this to Pritha Tanayaya. Pritha Tanaya means the one who is the son of Pritha. Pritha is another name of Kunti. That's why he is called Partha. The Tadita Tasya Apatyam Partha is there, but Pritha Tanaya. So Hari taught this what? Samasta Gurur Guruna. He is the guru of all the gurus, he says. Bhagavan. Okay. Vachanena, in his teaching also, it is there. What? Nasata iti. So that is 216 he is quoting now. Nasato vidyate bhavaha, na bhavo vidyate sataha, ubhayorapi drishtontaha, tvanayostattva darshibihi. So he taught this Nasato vidyate bhavaha, na bhavo vidyate sataha to Arjuna. Bhagavan has taught this, and in that he has negated the teaching of Kanada or Kanabhoji, Kanabhuk or Kana Bhakshaha, he is called, correct? So this teaching has already been negated, not only by me and other gurus, but the Samasta Guru Guru, the Guru of all gurus, who is the Avatara, who is Bhagavan Hari himself. Sri Krishna has done that already in the Mahabharata. So that is also there. Okay. Then 149 he is going to the Jainas. Okay. Already he has now negated the Satkaryavadi, Asatkaryavadi and all that. In fact, the Advaita Siddhanta is what? Ajati Vada is the Siddha. Finally, because na nirodho, na chotpattihi and all it is there in Manduka Karika, na baddhaha, na mokshaha also. There is no bandha, moksha, there is no creation or destruction or anything. So ajati vada, there is no real creation. That is the idea. Correct? Gaudapada says in so many words, prapancho yedi vidyete nivarteta na samshayaha, he says. If the Srishti is there really, then only it will go away really also. It's not there. Maya matramidam dvaitam advaitam paramarthataha. All this dvaita is only maya. It's only an appearance. It's not there really. So there is no real creation or anything. Ajati vada is the Siddhanta. Because Brahman cannot undergo any change. It is Satyam, means it is unchanging reality. It is always as it is. It is Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. So there is no real change in Brahman or partial change or any change. And there cannot be any creation or any activities. Nishkriyam also. So that means this is all only Maya. So that is the Siddhanta. Anyway, so here let us see 149. Asatascha satascha na janma bhavediti purvam avadya upapatti yutam sadasaccha na jayata eva kuto nahi vastu tatha vidhamasti yataha. So already it was said asataha cha satascha na janma bhavet. So we have already told you purvam before that from asat also there cannot be any creation. From the non-existent a new thing cannot be created. From the existent also nothing can get created. Both we have negated by upapatti yutam, by giving appropriate upapatti logic. Then the Jainas come and say sadasaccha na jayate eva kuto nahi vastu tatha vidam asti, he says. See, that which is existent and non-existent, from that it is born, if you say. That is the Jaina theory. That also is not possible, he says. Na jayate eva. Even from why? Because there is nothing called existing and non-existing at the same time. Right? Two contradictory things cannot be there in the same substantive. You cannot say something is existing and non-existing at the same time, at the same place. That is contradictory. There is nothing, there is no vastu like that only. Only if you accept a vastu like that, you can say that from that vastu, effect is born and all that. So the Jaina Mata also is negating in this second line, sadasaccha na jayate eva. So there is no creation even from something called that which is existing and non-existing at the same time. Because why? Because kutaha, kutaha, why? Because nahi vastu tatha vidam asti, he says. Yataha. Because such a vastu never exists in fact. Then how can you say propose a creation from that which is existent and non-existent at the same time? It is not tenable, it is not proper. Okay, now what? So now again almost he is now he has established, correct, with logic, with Shruti, that this entire Dvaita Prapancha, because Brahman is presented as the cause, the entire world is presented as the effect. But this Karna Karya Prakriya itself, why it is there? To only show that the cause alone is Satyam, the effect is Mithya. Once the effect is Mithya, Karanatvam also is Mithya. Is that clear? It is only a teaching device. All these things are only teaching device. Once you know the effect is Mithya, then there is no real Karanatvam in Brahman. That's why that is the Ajativada. You understand, correct? Once we understand the that in Paramartha, in reality, there is no creation. You cannot say there is any real creation or anything. Paramarthataha, in reality, in ultimate reality, whatever, you can add one more adjective also, if you are comfortable with that. So, that's what one has to understand. So now what does he say? Acharya is saying, what? Sadasatvam atitya manah prabhriter na kathanchana vrittirihasti yataha tatayeva manah pramukhasya bhavo na bhavediti sarva suvedyamiti. So sadasatvam atitya means what? Once we have transcended both sat and asat, sat, asat, etc. In our understanding is what? It is all only in space-time, correct? Existence and non-existence, etc. We are talking in space-time. Without space-time, nobody can even talk about existence and non-existence. But Brahman is the cause of even space-time. Is that clear? We have been very clear about that. Thousands of years before only, Upanishads are teaching us तस्माद् एतस्माद् आत्मना आकाश संभूतः आकाशाद् वायुः वायोरग्निः. Space is created, time is also created along with that. So space time is created for us. And normally when you talk about existence, non-existence, etc., it is all in space time. But when we talk about the cause of even space time, which is Brahman, we have transcended your ideas of existence and non-existence and etc., because it is all ground, it is all basically based on your idea of space-time. But we are transcend existence by itself transcends space-time, correct? You don't have to cognize space-time, but you are still there, correct? In deep sleep, you are there. There is no space-time, but you are there. And you can create new space-time like in dream world. So from all these things, it's there in our everyday experience. We understand space-time can be created and I exist without any space-time also. So existence transcends your understanding of existence in space-time and non-existence in space-time. That is the atitya, means we are transcending that. So once we transcend that, what happens? Manah prabritehe na katanchana vrittihi iha asti. So if there is no like starting from the mind onwards, okay? Manah prabritehe na katanchana vrittihi iha asti means this origination of this entire creation objective world, in one way it is there only in your mind, correct? Because everything, for you to know something, you have to perceive it, you have to cognize it. The cognition is taking place in the mind as a vritti, but that very vritti itself is not real. That's what you have to understand. Mind along with everything else is mithya only for us. There is no reality because it comes and goes. The manovritti also, there is no manovritti in deep sleep, but I am there and I know that I did not know anything. I can wake up and say that. So I exist by transcending space time and your notions of existence and non-existence and world, etc. Everything I transcend and I exist. I am being. I am only this being, correct? I am being, but it's a conscious being. But consciousness and all is not a quality again. Even existence is not a quality. Consciousness, existence and all are words which describe my very nature. Is that clear? I am a conscious being who transcends everything. And in that there is no your mind or any world or anything, none of them, they are there. And in that there is no tatayeva manah pramukasya bhavaha na bhave. There is no real origination or creation starting from mind onwards. Understand that. Ajati vada, basically he is talking about Gaudapada's Ajati vada only here. We do not accept any real creation. Nothing has been created. So tataha eva, therefore only what? Manah pramukasya bhavaha na bhavet. Starting from mind onwards, there is no nothing is getting created. Correct? Bhavediti sarva suvedyamiti. It is what has to be understood, correct? It is the best teaching. It is the great teaching. Everyone should know this. Sarva suvedya means everyone should know this reality, know this very well, in fact. Suvedya means sushtu vedyam. You have to know it. You have to know it very well. It is well known in one way also, you can say, because it is well known as the teaching of Shruti also. So this is the teaching. This is what is the Siddhanta. All other things we cannot accept. We have shown it to be against logic and against Shruti also. Okay. So rest of the things we'll see. Most probably next week we may not have class, but yeah, we'll see. I'll announce. We'll see in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.
धन्यवादः जी।
Oh.